We are Victor, Joanna and William, a small little family of three based on narrowboats. We started this narrowboat cafe and more recently we've been travelling in a little troupe of narrowboat traders. Last week we were in Atherstone, now we're in Orrewas, but how did we get here and what happened along the way? All questions we'll be answering in this episode of Holly the Cafe Boat.
After about 10 or more days of no rain, the rain is here. We're so happy. So we're leaving Atherstone now, and I think we've just made a snap decision to try and get to Orrewas. They're having an arts festival, so we're going to try and get there and check it out. You are soaked. It's an outfit, isn't it?
These paddles that I've been winding up open up little doors under the water called sluices, and that lets water into the lock. So now when this lock's full, I'll be able to open the gate and get the boat in. That's my understanding of the whole process anyway. Lock number 1. So the last couple of weekends in Atherstone we've formed like a little mini floating market, a flotilla if you will, with Ant and Hannah Savage and Kay. Those guys both selling kind of art from their narrowboats. And the plan now is to meet up with those guys in Orrewas for the arts festival there, where we'll all open up and trade again. But it's really cool to be part of a flotilla with those guys. It's nice. Something seems to be going on at this lock. A lot of commotion. There may be trouble ahead. The commotion at the lock turned out to be an errant dog. Ran off in the neighbouring field next to the lock. But everybody's regained their composure now. And everyone's quite nice. The man and his dog are just leaving that lock, and we'll slip in. So I just nipped back and closed the gates on that lock, the penultimate lock, and now moving on to lock number 11, which is the last of this flight. Doesn't look like anyone's coming up, so I'm just going to do this the only way I know how. The only extra precaution we have to take going through locks is for the canoe, because when the lock gets empty and all the water stops rushing out of it, the boat starts scooting backwards, and I'm always worried that it'll crush the canoe. So I'm going to stop here, pause here, and close the lock gates and reset the paddles and stuff like that. But then after that, no sleep till Orrewas. Couple of sleeps till Orrewas. So that's the Atherstone lock flight. We're not leaving it behind completely because we've still got to do those last 2 locks again with Holly. It's a nice landscape all these locks go through. It's just all like fields and stuff like that. It feels even nicer for it having rained a little bit because the land seems fertile yet again.
I've taken over for a bit while Vic walks William, and this is a really nice stretch. It's really quiet countryside and all the hay cutting is going on. So it looks really nice at the moment. This is the remains of a swing bridge that we're going through.
Got some help at the tiller. Now he's going to grow up to be one of those people who's like, I've been driving a boat since I was 10 months old. There's nothing I don't know about boats.
Okay.
We've just left the town of Polesworth. We've probably got about another mile or something to go until this marina that we're going to get diesel at. And then maybe another couple of miles after that until we get to where we're stopping for the night. Got mackerel and lentils for lunch. Doesn't look like much, but I actually love this lunch. I think we might be here at the marina now. I think this is where I'm planning to go in and get diesel. This is almost certainly not where we're supposed to stop for diesel, but I'm just going to pause here, have my lunch, and then we'll figure it out.
Vic's got us on some kind of healthy eating mission. Well, I'm just following his lead really, but trying not to eat bread, and I'm finding it ridiculously hard. I'm going to eat a packet of crisps, I think.
I just spoke to the guy, he's told me where to go.
Let's go.
It's going to be pretty painful. It's £1.65 a litre.
Oh, whoa. We've got a real chocolate issue too, in that the only chocolate that we've got is this one. Hot pickle, chilli and lime. I thought it'd just be like a touch of chilli, but it's really like quite hot. So that's inedible. I might see if they've got a shop here. Get a Kinder Bueno.
I think it's probably just after sunrise, or like just at sunrise now. And then I'm just about to cycle back to get Holly. I've still got those couple of lots to do on Holly, so I'm going to do them now. Call this anyone about, and then start on the trail to catch up with Zero and the fam. Still just kind of waking up, it feels like. But got Holly up and running, it's fine. But I had a quick look in at the batteries on Holly, and they're not doing very well. They're at 0%. So that will be my next problem to investigate, I think. Made it. Reunited with the fleet.
We're up early and it's a lovely day. We're just by Glasgow Locks. That's where we stopped for the night. We're just going to wander into Tamworth town now and get a coffee, I think. It's pretty early. I haven't even checked that the coffee shop's open yet.
It's probably not.
Ready? What?
And we're off.
What seems to be a really cool thing about Tamworth, or at least the side that we're coming from, is the cycle lanes everywhere and like walking lanes, so you don't really have to be on the pavement next to the road. This route takes us through a lovely park, through the castle grounds, and then into town.
Cool.
I walked into this park yesterday and it's like a dream park. There's a castle, there's a river, there's a massive playground, there's like ping pong tables. It really had a holiday vibe. What do you think of the castle, William?
There's a reason why that one's still standing, isn't there? Imagine trying to get up that hill to attack it. Looks like it's on the top of a mountain from down
Hill
here.
sprints.
Yeah.
You have to get those in before that. Do you have first impressions of Tamworth?
Much like cooler and nicer than I thought that it would be. I didn't really have any preconceptions of Tamworth, other than basically it's also like a train. The train station here is a real junction. So wherever we're going anywhere on the train, quite often we change at Tamworth. That's the only way that I know about it. but I didn't know it had such a cool castle. And if you look down there now, it looks lovely. Everybody's just getting ready for another cool day of living in Tamworth.
This coffee shop that we're going to was recommended to us by a fellow boater. Thank you for all the coffee tips we get, because I feel like we get a real local knowledge on that.
Old church.
Old church, old market. Thank you very much.
Guess who's back? Back again. Beach house back. Tell a friend.
Hi. I'm hiding. I'm being shy behind.
Where have you been? And
Yeah, explain
I
yourself.
just came over for a second. I went to London
To seek his fortune.
to seek my fortune.
What lured you back to the Midlands?
I just wanted to meet William.
Ah.
That's the right answer.
did you hear that, Bill?
Woo! Who's that?
Emerald from London.
Amulet of protection. Do I have to give it to him now?
Yes, please.
really
This is
like-
what we do, and we're like, William, look at his sunglasses. Get them.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
them.
Look at his
Really?
car keys.
We're like Fagin and he's Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
You got to pick a pocket or two.
Well, we're on the road again, going from Tamworth to Hopwas, maybe. We've got a couple of locks to go down, this one and then the next one, and then it's lock free for I think about 10 miles or something.
It's really windy. William wasn't happy on the tiller. He wanted to try his hand at locks. There is only this lock to go, and then we're just cruising.
Well, I think we might try and find somewhere to moor up here for the evening. It's 10 to 7. It's getting to William's bedtime.
I think just around this bit is where I thought.
Okay, yeah.
Does this suit you, William?
The mother lode. I'm just on Holly trying to riddle something out. I don't know if you remember, but last week Joe mentioned that we've been having a little trouble with the batteries and that it let the fridge and freezer sort of go above the acceptable sort of maximum temperature, so we had to ditch all the stock. Unfortunately, that's happened again. I suspect that one of the batteries has gone duff. So my task for this afternoon is to find out which battery it is, the offending battery, and exclude it from the group. So the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect all the batteries so that then I can test them individually. I nearly forgot, actually. The first thing I need to do probably is just turn everything off. If I do my little needles business here, I get 11.5, whereas its neighbours 12.8. So this one reading below 12 volts lets me know it's a bit pooped. So I'm sorry my friend, but you are excluded. So now, so as not to leave kind of irregular cable runs between the batteries, I'm going to push those other two up so that they're all together, and then I'll just relink the happy batteries. And then I'm hoping that'll get us another couple of weeks out of these. I just stood here pressing random buttons on this thing and realised I can change the battery capacity setting. So that might have had something to do with it, why these batteries are maybe being overcharged, is because it was set to 200, whereas these batteries are actually 120 amp hours. So probably could have saved myself some time and money if I'd done that a couple of years ago. But for my next trick, I'm going to install a fresh water filter for the coffee machine. Ta-da! Not sure we've ever given you guys a tour of Holly's bathroom, but it's quite plush. It's got nautical themed bulkhead light, a lovely little mirror, hello, very lovely little sink, lacking a little bit of toilet paper, but also under here is our water filter. It's massive and really heavy. The first thing I'll do is turn off the water supply. Now I've got to drain some of the first water out of this little spout. I'm just going to open. Come on. Well, water started coming through then, but now it's stopped. So I don't really know what that means. And I'm wondering if water's maybe struggling to get through the new filter, or I've done something wrong or something like that. So to make sure water is getting through this filter properly, what I'm going to do is leave it kind of like this, and I'm going to come through here and run some water through the coffee machine. That didn't sound great. I've just realised a couple of things. I'm going to turn the coffee machine back off, and I'm going to turn the water pump back on. Of course you're not going to get water through the flush thing if you've not turned the water pump on. Let's try again. Whoa. And now I'm just going to turn the coffee machine on again to make sure that I didn't do too much damage to it when I turned it on earlier when the water pump was off, and probably just made it suck in a load of air from out of that flush drain thing. Well, now it isn't making any noises. I'll just try and get some water out of it. Okay, well, I'll call that a success. But I don't like doing that because, in case you can't tell, I like to keep this machine very clean, and even taking water out of it like that has splashed little droplets all over the shop, so now I'll spend the next sort of 10 minutes cleaning them off. I'm going to clean out the fridge now. Just restocking the fridge with all these cold drinks. Partly because we need to anyway, but also just to help the fridge keep cold. I can't put it off any longer. I've got to empty the freezer. Just a lot of fab ice lollies bit in the dust. It probably serves us right for buying ice cream. Every time we buy ice cream, this happens. It doesn't all fit in the fridge. We've over-ordered basically, and we've got a box that's melting. We can't be trusted. A fab ice lolly grave. Oh, my fingers are so sticky now. I wish I hadn't picked the camera up.
There's the duckies out there, William. Quack, quack.
Off they go. William still hasn't really recovered from the geese.
Not the geese. I've got to go find some more geese now. We'll see you in a bit.
See you later. I checked on Holly's batteries this morning and they look like they're perked up, so fingers crossed. That's fixed it.
More teddy bear, look.
Look at that teddy bear talking. Will it be alright?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't get near the breath.
On days like this, it's so quiet, the sun's out, everybody's relaxed. You just think there is nothing else I'd rather be doing than this. The canal gets really skinny at some points along here, really narrow and weedy, and we're just snaking our way through it in ultra slow mode. But it's nice to travel this way. So this is Hotbox.
Are we in Hotbox?
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're here so quick.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite funny being inside all that time and then coming out, no idea where we are.
Never thought I'd be licking blackberry juice off another man's fingers, but parenthood does things to you. Takes you places you never thought you'd go. There's a military firing range near here, but you're allowed to go in it as long as they're not shooting at the time. So as long as they're not shooting, I'm going to go and explore it.
Sorry. This could include ambushing, blank firing and tactical manoeuvres. That's my favourite bit. Troops may be trained in the area. It may not be obvious where they are.
Oh, that was pretty steep. Take a run. You think that's the only way?
I swear it's made.
Bye.
Early morning mission for me. Doing the old holly retrieval run, but I'm going to go via a wholesaler's to get some more cups, because we're sort of running low on takeaway cups. Jungly bit.
I follow only gold rings, gold leaves, gold strings.
At this point I've got to leave the canal towpath and join the road to get to the wholesalers. Luckily it's quite early morning still, so hopefully there won't be much traffic about. Right, I've got my cups. Let's see how this is going to work. Okay, well, it's pretty secure. Not actually that bad. But my cycle takes me over this lovely little bridge over the River Tame, which is really nice. There's the canal. It's quite satisfying after going generally so slowly on a boat all the time to get on a bike and really pedal fast. It's quite joyous. Now I'm going to make myself a little coffee. Seems ridiculous to bring your own coffee and cafetiere to a cafe boat, but can't turn the coffee machine on just for me. Also, what I wanted to see, battery's looking pretty good. So hopefully now that's them sorted as well, at least for a little bit, until the next problem. just passing through Fradley. I've swapped boats. Ant and Hannah are just ahead. And we're on our way down to Orrewas. Chance our luck, it's about 8 o'clock in the evening. We're just going to see if there's any spots in Orrewas, any places to moor. I'm not sure if you can see up ahead, but I think Ant and Hannah might be chickening out of the mission and securing themselves a spot in Fradley. Perhaps wise, but fortune favours the brave. I'm going to carry on. Well, Ant and Hannah hedged their bets and have stayed behind at that mooring spot in Fradley. It's quite a nice night to be out and about. But I think for tonight, I'm going to end up mooring up just here, amongst the undergrowth. It's not ideal, but it's alright. This morning the flotilla's on the move. We've still been travelling with Kay and Ant and Hannah, although we've all been sort of leapfrogging each other and moving at different times, but this morning we seem to have arranged some sort of consensus. This is the descent into Orrewas. This is D-Day. Morning. I reckon, yeah, that's where I'm headed for. So now I'm just going to walk back to Holly in Fradley, sort of the next little town up. It's raining quite a bit, so I can't film as much as I would like. And I'm a little bit out of breath because I just left Holly untied, sort of slithering along the side while I went and did this swing bridge, which is the first obstacle of 5. Swing bridge in 4 locks to get down to where I'm going. Maybe 5 locks. It's quite busy here this morning. We're at what I'd call rush hour on the canal.
Morning.
Cheers very much, mate, thanks. So now I'm just approaching lock number 2 of 5. Making my way down to the last lock, the lock that gets us into Orrewas, and leapfrogging 0. The final lock. I'm the last of our flotilla to arrive, so Kay and Ant and Hannah are all helping me through, which is quite nice. Hey Mabel. This is perfect. Gives the whole occasion a bit more of a kind of marketplace feel when all the boats can be together. I'm just sort of moving back into position. A boat just left, and I'm just getting in line with the rest of the flotilla. This morning, we're all just getting ready to start trading.
That's a lot of cream, isn't it?
Are you enjoying this boating life? You've not got a care as well, have you?
That's the best way to be.
How was it today?
Yeah, really good. Nice, great to see everyone. But we'll probably leave it here for this video. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Well, we're on the road again. Going from... So there he is, the wrong un. If I was Alan Sugar and this was The Apprentice, I'd say, I'm sorry, you're fried. Just a little battery-based joke for you there.
The rain is here after about... Oh, there's a raindrop. That wasn't very flattering.
Oh gosh, I actually forgot I was recording then. This morning from the side hatch, it's a cat.
Where's he going? Bye bye.